Welcome back everyone. Today's video is about the call sheet. The call sheet tells you a few main things that your whole crew needs to know, like time of arrival or time of call, the address where they're gonna show up. They have to know where they're gonna park, where's the nearest hospital, and what they have to bring to set. You're also gonna have the names and numbers of everybody on the crew. So let's say you need to call a producer, UPM, or an AD. Their number is gonna be there in case you have any questions or doubts. But the call sheet should be there to answer a bunch of questions about organization and about what to do during the day. And it should also be there as a reference of what to expect during your day of shooting. We scheduled this film already in my last video about scheduling a film. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this, put it on a call sheet so you can see how from building the schedule, you start building the call sheet. So let's begin. Here on the right side of my screen, I have the website called simplecallsheet.com. This website is free and you can use it to create your own call sheets. I've used this when I was in film school. It was the simplest way to make it and looks the best. So we begin here with having the call sheet on the right side and having my schedule open on the left side. And let's change the file name to Gymcrack Day 1. Now let's start with seeing what is around this and how we have to fill everything in. So before we even start putting in the schedule, we have to put a few things just to tell the call sheet apart. Here's this production title and we start with Gymcrack. That's what it's called. Then we go here and this is like the contact information for the studio or the company that's making this. In this case, I'm just gonna make something up, right? Cine Pandemia Productions. And it's gonna be located in 123 Sunset Avenue. Or Sunset, let's say Sunset Boulevard, because I'm in LA. Hollywood, California. And let's say here is where my phone number will go. So here on the top left, you're gonna have the information for the production company that's producing this picture. Then we're gonna have the producer's number. In this case, my producer's name was Erwin. And on the side, I'm gonna have his number, 222-2222, right? The director was yours truly, Luis Peña. And then again, another number. And the PM or production manager, then you put the production manager's name. Here, I'm gonna put the AD's name, assistant director, and that was my now wife, Laura. And this will have her number here. Here where it says upload logo, you put like the logo for the production company. This is just to make it look better, but you know, we're just gonna leave it blank for now. And then we start now looking at our schedule and we go like, okay, our first shot is day exterior and we're gonna stay during the day. We wanna shoot 12 hours because it's 4 and 5/8 of a page. So let's call everybody to have a comfortable day. Let's call everybody at 7 a.m. So we go 7 a.m., 7 p.m. the whole day. So we do call time here, 7 a.m. So then we start here with breakfast. If breakfast is provided, you put a time when you're gonna provide breakfast. Let's say for this production, we're providing breakfast at 7 in the morning. 7 a.m. provided, provide breakfast. Then at lunch starts 6 hours after we do, after we call people. So if we start at 7 a.m., lunch should be, let's say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, at 1. So lunch is at 1 p.m. today. Perfect, now we have breakfast and lunch. If we have dinner, we will provide dinner in one of these. And here we have sunrise and sunset. This is optional, not really optional, but this is more for like reference of like knowing like, okay, the sun is gonna rise, so this is the earliest we can really start if we're gonna depend on the sun. So it has the example here says 7:52 a.m. That sounds good to me. And then sunset, it says 6:35 p.m. That sounds good to me as well. So 6:35 p.m. for sunrise and sunset. Then the weather, you would look at the weather the day before. Usually the call sheet is finished the day before and sent ideally 24 hours before the shoot. You know, it is not rare that call sheets are sent at the middle of the night the day before. So to run a good production and to be serious about this, send the call sheet during the day while you're shooting so people know what to expect the day after. So here, let's say the weather is 30 degrees Celsius, very hot, sunny, and nearest hospital. This is important because it's good to reference, like in case anything happens, where's everybody gonna go to the hospital nearby where we're gonna be shooting. So in this case, I have here the address of the shoot that we have. the address where we shot Victor's place. What we do here is we click where it says nearby and we type hospital. And then this is gonna tell us where the nearest hospital is. Hospitals are kind of far from here, but we see that's, let's say, Southwest Atlanta is 3.6 miles away. And the other hospital is here, South Fulton Medical Center. Oh, it says permanently closed. So the only nearby hospital is Southwest Atlanta Hospital. We copy this address and we put it here. Right here. This will be, when we type here the name of the hospital, it says Southwest Atlanta Hospital. Oh, and here, it's a little thing that this website does for you. I would put the address that we're shooting on. Put it on Google Maps here, so it shows like a little map of the the surroundings and where we're shooting. Just looks kind of nice. Here it says additional notes, street parking outside. So yeah, here's where you would say stuff like wear all black, and you put notes like, for example, no social media on set. You can type here some parking directions if you have any. So let's say street parking available. Let AD know if you need to carpool. And then these are, you can add a lot more here. You can add more stuff. Let's say, for example, don't bring green to set, in case you're doing a green screen. Let's say, please don't eat on set. Don't bring any outside coffee or any outside food. We're gonna provide food. All that kind of stuff you can put it here, you know, just to have the crew in the same frequency. Then we're gonna start with the strip board, and here we go. We're gonna do, basically it's like a copying pasting of the scene here. So we do here scene 8, and we just copy this thing, Victor's house. This is a set, and the description. Character numbers, this is for when we were doing the schedule. Remember, we have 1 and 2. So we do 1, 2. These are the characters. The end is during the day, and pages, look at that, 3/8 of a page. Perfect. And the location notes, this location will be this one. So there we type the location. If you have any notes for the certain locations, let's say the note is like only use, for example, let's say a note could be don't use the house bathroom. There's a bathroom outside, don't use the house bathroom. That will be things you'll put here or on top. So just for example, let's write it here. Do not use home restroom. Then we keep going here, scene 9, and again we copy these things, Victor's house, blah blah blah. And we do here character number, we have 1, 2, and extras. Here, what I would do is I would just type just like I did in the schedule and do plus extras. Unless you have the amount of extras confirmed and you know everybody has a number on the call sheet. But in this case, because I don't remember how many extras we had, I'm just gonna put plus extras. And we do day, and we do again 1 5/8 of a page. Same thing here, because it's in the same address, we just copy it and put it there. Then we have scene 11, and same thing, this is Victor's house, a different scene, but still taking it all place in the same area. We copy this, do day, and it is another 1 5/8 of a page. Those look like they're the same scene, but believe me, they are not. Now here, we have a company move, but we don't add it here in the call sheet. That's for the schedule, that's for us to know. And we add a new row, and we do scene 3. Scene 3, this is Elias's room. This is room, and we copy the description, and we put 1. And then we do day, and we do here 1 page. And this is the new address. This address, let's say you can use the bathroom inside, so we just don't put that note that we had before. Total pages, we have it here, 4 5/8 of a page. We do that, 4 5/8, just to add it there. And perfect, now we have all the scenes that we're shooting that day, and people can look at it and be like, we're shooting 4 5/8 of a page today. That could be a crazy day, or that could be an easy day, you know. So now we see 4 5/8. I would, if I was looking at this without knowing, I'd be like, it's gonna be a full day. And it wasn't, but you know, it looks like one. Now down here's where we do the numbers of our characters, and here is the first number is the most important character, and it goes down in order of importance. So here for the cast, I remember my number 1 was my main actor, Refugio Lopez. Hey Refugio. We had Jamie as number 2, and we had Grecia as number 3, and Wilson as number 4. And then we don't have a number 5. So the cast is the actual actor's name, and the character would be the character in the scene. So Elias, Victor, we have here Mary, and Landlord. Because we don't have these 2 characters coming today, we're just gonna remove them from the call sheet. So we only have cast 1 and 2 to worry about, plus the extras. But you know, let's call that separate for now. If we have, let's say, 3 extras and we know that they're coming to set, we would add them in this part, and we just do, let's say, extra 1. Let's say their name is Bill, Jimmy, and Clarissa. So let's say we have 3 extras, and then we do it that way. Then we do call time here, is that we call the crew at 7 a.m. But we don't have to call the actors at 7 a.m. because they're gonna have nothing to do for like an hour or 2 while we're setting up. So let's call our actors, let's be nice, and let's call them at 8:30 a.m. You know, an hour 30 after the whole crew is there setting up and everything, so we can start getting ready to shoot. And then we need actors 1 and 2 for the first scene. As we see here, we have 1 and 2. And then we need extras only for these 2 scenes, so we can call them even later. It says 8:30 a.m. for our main actors, and our extras can come at, we need the extras for this scene. Okay, we can call the extras at like 9:30 a.m. So at 9:30 a.m. is when we're gonna need them for the scenes that they are gonna participate in. Special instructions, here's where you give maybe some wardrobe direction or something that they need to bring. Let's say we want Victor, let's say, don't wash your hair. Don't wash hair. Because we want to have a disheveled look to him when he comes for his character. Then we have here some production notes. Here in this section, you know, here's where we would add stuff like we need props needed, right? Today I know we need the guitar, so we need guitar. We need a pack of cigarettes. I remember we need a pack of cigarettes. We needed fake drugs. We need some wine. And we needed, I think that's it. So we put this in production as that we need those, and maybe something else on the other side, like, you know, stuff that the crew needs to know as well. So you would add it here. In this case, I'm just gonna put the props needed. And then down here's when we start adding the actual crew's names. So producer, again, we go back, this is Erwin, put his phone number. So we put his phone number, his email, and his call time, which will be 7 a.m. with everybody else. Sometimes some people in the crew have different call times, but usually they all call the same. You might call sound like a little bit later, or the data manager also a little bit later, because they don't have to be there for setup. Sound takes nothing to set up, it's very quick. Camera takes, you know, all the time, lighting and grip. But then sound is just like 1, 2, or 3 people just, you know, setting up some mics, setting up some sound stages, nothing too crazy. Nothing too involved, let's say. Then the data manager also is gonna get there, and there's gonna be no data to dump until, you know, maybe lunch or maybe when the first card is over. So data manager can also come later in the day. But in this part down here, let's fill it out just for completionism, right? So in this part that I'm filling out, what you do is that you gotta compile all the names and emails of everybody in your crew, because you know, you have to reach them in case they're lost, in case they don't know where to go, in case they don't know where to park, in case they don't show up. You gotta have their names and emails. You know, this is extremely important, I believe. Of course, it's just some of the crew, it's not the whole crew. You would add everybody in the crew here, just so you know everything is in one place. Oh, actually, here in production notes, we can say that after we grab lunch, which I think would be around the half a day mark or something, we would start our company move to the second location, which is here. So we can add that here. We can do, you know, make it a little bit important so people know. You know, make it really stand out so we are ready to go when it's time to go. We can put the location of just, of course, even if it's repetitive, we have to make everything super, super clear. We're all black, no social media set, follow signs to set. And this is our call sheet for day 1. You see how beautiful everything looks? In case anybody has a question, where do I go? What's going on? What are we shooting? This and that. You know exactly what to do and where to go. You just direct them to the call sheet and you're like, hey, that's in the call sheet. You know where to go? Here it is. And now we would download this. It says here send PDF, but I would download it just to make sure everything is cool. So here we can look at the call sheet and be like, okay, park at this location. All right, I got it. Here's the location that we have to show up. Okay, I see it's close to Adams Park, it's close to Roots Crystal and Cascade Elementary School. All right, you get an idea. If you put that in the GPS, you won't get lost. I know where to go. I know I have to show up there at 7 a.m. And it says here, you know, I see that we have to shoot 4 scenes, 4 or 5 minutes of a page. I go down, let's say I'm the key grip, and I go down, okay, I'm called at 7 a.m. That's my individual call time, you know? Actors have their own individual call times too, so if I was an actor, I'd be like, oh, they're calling at 7 a.m. I have to show up at 8:30, don't wash your hair. Okay, perfect, so I don't wash my hair tonight. Then other departments will look at the production notes and be like, okay, we need these props. Let's say there could also be another production note like, crew, please wear booties on set. Booties are like things to like cover your shoes. That will be up here too. So this is how we get a simple, very nice looking call sheet. You do this for the rest of the days and you have a complete call sheet that you would start sending to the whole crew every day. So get a list of all the emails, all the phone numbers, and you send this to their emails directly. Confirm that people got this. Because a common excuse that people say, especially if they're not paid, is that, oh, I never got the call sheet. And this also works in your favor. If you're working on a set and you don't get the call sheet, that means one or two things. That means you're not needed that day or you got fired. So, you know, ask always, hey, is the call sheet, was the call sheet sent out? Yeah. Oh, I didn't get the call sheet. What can I say? So, you know, just be aware, you know, put the interest in looking at the call sheet. But usually if you get called for a set and you ask them like, hey, is the call sheet going out? Is the call sheet going out? And they're like, yeah. And the call sheet doesn't go out by like a certain time, that's on them if people don't show up, you know. But do your due diligence and ask. Always be on the safe side. But here, this to me is clear. Make sure you send that call sheet to everybody. Make sure you check in with people that they receive the call sheet, the ones that have to know. And, you know, this is how you make a call sheet. It's pretty simple, you know. It's pretty much taking the schedule, put it in a readable format that everybody can see and know exactly where everything should go. Any questions, any basic questions that people should have about the production should all be answered here. So every production has its own thing. Every location has its own thing. It should all be easily answered on the call sheet if people need to know it. And that's it. This is probably a short video, but this is how you make a call sheet and why it is so important to having call sheets every day for your production. Thank you for watching my channel. Please leave a comment down below what you would like me to talk about next. I'm going to keep making videos on pre-production, on production and stuff like that. I noticed that my videos that are more catered to like camera or stuff that I do professionally are not that well received. So I think I'm going to start focusing more on production, paperwork, organization, screenwriting, you know, these things that I think you guys are more interested in. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you on the next video.